Okay, we're just going to jump in, but I would love it if you could tell me in the chat what your goal is between now and the 31st. So today's the 28th, so your point you should have all of your automatic subscriptions already run as of today. So if you have anybody on your team that has a subscription, as of now, that subscription has run. If it hasn't run, it's either because they pushed it out or they have a credit card decline, which in my case is usually that I haven't updated my expiration date, or I have a new card and I haven't put the new CVV code in. So just go in and that's always good to go in and check on those people. But the points that you're at right now is what your automatic points are going to be. An automatic by the fact of subscriptions on your team. So look at your points and say, okay, my goal is to grow, between now and the end of the month by 50 points, 100 points. Taylor Ann, I know yours is like 4 people. So whatever that goal is, go ahead and drop that in the chat, because I just think it's helpful if all of us know what our personal goals are. I think there's personal goals and then there's team goals, and this is all going to be personal business. So personally, like your outside leg points, I know some people are listening to the recording and your goal is outside leg points. So just have that written down. Like, here is what I actually want to achieve. Today's the 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So we love July because it gives us 31 days, which gives us 3.5 full days between now and the end of the month. Only 2 people have goals. Awesome. I know more of y'all do because I'm looking at your faces. Yes, Taylor Ann's is to add 4 people. Jen Ford, 2 more VIPs. That's awesome. Deaton, increase points as much as possible by 200. Having a level 2 that you're helping going senior silver is a massive add. Make sure that if any of these action items, Deaton, are great for her, that you're copying those. And if she's not on live, that you're like sending those to her. Like, hey, this is a great message to send. Here's something good to do. Okay, grow by 50 on your outside. So my goal, if you're gonna grow 50 on your outside, is that you need to find 5 people who all want to either listen to this live or listen to it on a recording, or that you have at least 5 people that you are personally saying, this is what you need to post, this is what you need to say, that you're actually giving, like feeding them, like, do this today, do this now, respond with this, like you're spoon feeding. Usually if it's 50 points on your outside, it's a bunch of people that aren't quite maybe all in. And so you're going to need to spoon feed them, like post this, say this, invite to this, kind of as they go. Christy, 4 more people and encourage a new VIP to start to share. Do you already know who that VIP is, Christy? Who you want to, okay, she knows. April Evans, help my level 1 get to 50 points. Perfect. Senior, is that their first time they're going to hit senior silver, April? Okay, good. And then she's at 30, and grow your total all around points by 200. And then Kay has 3 on the fence. That's awesome. Mackenzie, 8 VIPs. That is an amazing goal. I love that. If you hit that, Mackenzie, I want you to private message me as soon as you hit it. Okay, I want to know. I'd also love to get my 2 level 1s, I'm guessing, like sharing. So, okay, we're gonna just jump in. If you have questions, unmute. This is like a live coaching, like troubleshooting call. If you aren't on camera and you just want to type in the chat, I will try to keep the chat screen open. But I just want to give y'all as much action items to do right now or to plan for later. So if there is something that you're like, right now I'm inviting people to tonight's call, but later today I actually want to tease or highlight Prickly Pear Active, but I don't want to do all of it in this 1 hour period, then I want you to set a reminder. So if anything on here that we talk about in the next 55 minutes, if you're like, oh, I need to do that, but maybe spread it out over the course of my day, then I would set a reminder on your phone for the thing later. And here's why. Over the weekend, maybe starting last Thursday, what I did is if I posted on Facebook, I made sure I gapped it by an hour before I posted something else. So even if it was like I personally posted about my 3 kids, I still tried to gap it like an hour and then ask a question. There was a question I asked last week. I think it was about, I know on stories I asked about speeding tickets. I asked something else on Facebook. And then like an hour later, I posted about Prickly Pear. And then like an hour later, back at a basketball game. Does that make sense? So that people are like, But y'all, the more I would do that, the more really old, like 3 and 4 day old posts would start to get comments. So I don't know if there's like a weird thing, like the more I'm posting, the more Facebook is sharing all of my random posts to my audience, because I wasn't getting responses to those immediate posts as much. I was really getting more responses to posts from like days ago. Um, so I just want to encourage you, like, to just be consistent, but not all, like, don't group it all up in this 1 hour. Decide what you're going to do right now. Decide what you're going to do at 1 o'clock as soon as this call's over. In fact, one of the things I would do is we'll take a picture of everybody, kind of maybe in between the slide. I'll take the slide share down, and we'll just take a screenshot and be like, love getting poured into by women, or love that nobody's ever alone, or whatever, something that you feel like will speak specifically to your story and your audience. Um, Actually, let's just go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it, because otherwise there's a really good chance I'll forget. Okay, so feel free to screen grab, smile, all the things. Because y'all know the second you get that, yeah, exactly, Amber. The second you someone takes like a random picture, like what Deaton's doing right now, where you're like, all of a sudden you see the camera come up and you're like this. Like, I'm always like in the middle of a sentence when someone, which I don't care. Tag me in any awkward picture of me. I don't care if it makes you post on social. But it is helpful sometimes if someone's like, hey, so we're all going to take a picture now. And you're like talking and smiling at the same time. So you're not like looking down at your phone and you have an awkward look on your face. So we got that. If you need a picture, I'll put it on the table so that we all have it together and we're not, wait, we just have access to it. Okay, we're going to go back to share. So that's just an option. You don't have to post it right now, but you have it available in your phone to post at some point today. And I want to challenge you to tag people you want to do this with. Like, Sally, Taylor Ann, Kay, come do this with me. You would love to be a part of this group. Does that make sense? Because then you're actually telling your audience, hey, I want you on these calls with me. That's better than you just posting it out there and hoping someone's like, oh, I'd love to be on that call with her. Yeah, they don't really know that you want them on the call with them. So I would encourage you, tagging each other is great, but tagging the people you actually want to be a part of it is better. So if you're going to do like good, better, best, posting it's good, tagging each other is better, but tagging your potentials is always best. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So pick one of these 3 options for right now. You're going to either invite to tonight's call, which is Becky and I. So every single one of y'all has access to say, these are my really good friends. I love doing business with these people. I know this, person personally. If you have a picture with either Becky or I, post it in your Facebook or on your social media so that it's like, oh, they actually know these people that are doing the calls. They, like Kay, like they travel with me, or Christy, like we do group things together Christy like has access to us all the time, right? Like Jen Ford, we've taken pictures together before. Like all of this stuff, like make it personal to you. Here's what I love about Becky's story. Here's where I feel like my audience, or speak to that person. Here's why I feel like you will actually connect with Andrea's story, whatever it is, because y'all actually, there's never a better time for you to share a call than when it's people you actually know and do life with. And by life, I mean Plexus, because you actually can connect. Taylor Ann, I don't know if we've ever taken a picture together, but I know I've taken a picture with your mom, like 1,000 of them. So it'd be like, these are people who I actually like either know, or that's maybe where you post this picture of this call and you say, I love that the person speaking on tonight's call is actually pouring into us during the day, whatever that looks like. Because like Mackenzie, I don't think we have a picture together, but you can easily have a conversation about the fact that we team up together. Okay, tonight's call, you don't have to do it right this minute, and you can do it later today if you've already done or want to do one of these others instead. Tease or highlight Prickly Pear Active Lime. Prickly Pear Lime Active. Comes out tomorrow. It tastes amazing if you tasted it at convention. Yes, because we don't, but we will one day. For sure in Cancun in February, right? So Prickly Pear comes out tomorrow. Talk about Active. You can talk about why you love Active, how your kids drink Active. If you tried it at convention, again, post that picture. It makes it personal. Again, another reason to come to convention, you usually test something. So that's Prickly Pear. Either post it now or set up a time and put a reminder in your phone today to talk about it. With a countdown to tomorrow, with a slider of I want to try this, with a poll of I've never tasted anything with prickly pear. I love that flavor. Give me more active, whatever. You can do your own poll. Um, okay, third option for today, and this is again either right now or you're going to set a reminder. Promote $1 memberships because it's ending on Wednesday, whatever day, no, Thursday, when the end of the month comes. And quick story about how maybe the membership of Plexus actually changed your life. Challenge group invite for August, and this is where I bring on Tina Marie, and the crowd goes wild because she's going to explain to us the group for August and why and how. I really think when you audibly hear it and you can visually see it on our team pages, you know how and who you want to invite to the group. So Tina Marie, will you unmute and tell us about the group for August?
Yes, hello. Sorry, I was a couple minutes late. I was trying to get on. And hopefully y'all can hear me. I came outside, so my signal will be better. Okay, so for August, we are going all in. Okay, so the challenge is literally called All In August, which makes it so fun for your call to actions, for your stories, for any like live videos you do, things like that, because who doesn't want to like commit to that? You know what I mean? Like all in just it sounds good, especially after like a couple like our last two challenges have been amazing. I've loved them, but I need some energy, right? Like cortisol was great. We all de-stressed, we regulated our bodies, and then we had our skincare, which was great. I don't know, everybody looking bright and shiny on here, right? It's wonderful. But now we like need to get in it, right? I don't know if you're feeling me, but I need to get in it. So let me just read you a little bit about the challenge so you know, and we'll get some posts up about it. So here's like a couple post ideas that you can do because we already have some post ideas. So what does all in look like for you this August? Maybe it's finally drinking all your water, saying no to excuses and yes to movement, staying consistent with your products, putting yourself back on the list. What if one of those is your all in, right? It doesn't have to be you're committed to 75 hard for the month, right? Like all in can look like different things to everybody. So that's one of the ideas. But there's three of those. So it's more than just a step challenge, right? We're going full momentum builder to help our customers stay consistent with their products, habits, and energy as summer winds down and schedules pick back up. Raise your hand if August is crazy for you. Is August like a little nutso, right? Okay, I see a couple hands. So this is just going to help you like have a place to have your customers where you still check in with them, but they're getting fed product information, giveaways, value, all of that. So we'll be focusing on daily step and movement goals, product accountability and encouragement, simple healthy habits that actually stick, check-in, supportive community. And so far we've got over 1,000 in giveaways. I'm sure that number will probably climb to close to 2,000. But we're not aiming for perfect. We're aiming for showing up, building momentum, and just feeling better day by day. So that's like overall goal.
I love it. So that gives y'all an option. Go ahead.
Oh, and with you already mentioned the prickly pear coming. Literally, it's perfect. So tomorrow you're going to have this LTO to reach out to people about, and you can double whammy it because you're reaching out about the LTO and the challenge group. People love a challenge group, love to be plugged in. Now they can taste something new. Maybe they said, "Well, I didn't like starfruit guava. I didn't like peach mango." Wonderful. I have a brand new flavor for you to try, right? So like this just all works so well together. So that was my last little plug.
Two things. One, we're doing a reset at the beginning of it, correct?
Yep. So reset week to kick it off. If y'all remember, we did that back in January with 25 hard. So reset week will be the 3rd to the 9th. So we'll have guided posts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But we're just encouraging you if you have a reset on hand or need to order one, it's a great time to do it. Pick your 3 days in there and just run with it. There'll be one post that like has links to all the different posts for that week as well, so that it's all there. And then the challenge starts, I think it's the 14th. Nope, the 11th. Sorry, the 11th and runs to the 24th.
Through the 24th. Okay, I hope
Mm-hmm.
everybody else is taking notes.
And we've got some really pretty like story graphics and all of that as well. So probably
Is
post
any of
that.
that on the table yet, or are we?
We haven't posted it yet. So I think today's a good day to post it because now
Okay.
we can actually mention the LTO active with it as well. So
I
we'll
love
get that
that.
up this
So
afternoon.
stay tuned. Put it on your time on your count, like your timer, to maybe do it later this evening, maybe after the call tonight. If you've been talking about Becky and I on the opportunity call tonight, or first thing tomorrow morning, go ahead and make it your first thing that you're going to kick off with prickly pear launch. Is that you're also double whammying on the challenge for August. If there's
And real
any,
quick, one
Yeah.
last thing, depending who's watching this, most of us are doing it in one big collab group again. If you're under Brandy's team, y'all are doing it in y'all's challenge group. You're always welcome to be a part of the big one as well, just wherever you want to put your people or wherever you got them. And then I'm pretty sure Julia's crew is doing it in the big group as well. I know we're connecting today, so.
I love that. Yeah, she's been on a European vacation, so it's been really hard to nail her down when she's a million miles away. Um, there was one other question I was going to ask about. Here's what I just want you to know: you don't have to understand everything about the challenge to actually start posting about it. But I would say you need to have a call to action on every post you're doing. I want in your prickly pear active. I want to listen to the call tonight. Tell me more about a $1 membership. How much, what does that entail? I love these call to actions. Comment if you need the link. I'll send you the details. Doors close Wednesday night, which it's really Thursday night because that's the end of the month. But right, I keep double checking. Yes, it is Thursday night. I think I wrote Wednesday night because in my head, for some reason, it's Wednesday. And then pro tip, include your face or your voice. Reels, stories, or selfies always are better than a static graphic. You are going to have static graphics. I have some static graphics from today for Becky and I's story, but then I got on and I used my face to actually talk about the call and why I think that coming and listening to Becky is really important. There's also a poll in there. There's just all this stuff. So just keep being, and if no one votes on your poll, that does not make your post a failure. If no one loves it, that does not make it a failure. And if no one drops in your DMs, it's not a failure. It is you dropping a little bit more every single time. So I want to give you permission to have really inactive story engagement as long as you are actually showing up. Yeah, go ahead, Tina.
Okay, so Sarah asked in the comments, they have to have products to be a part of it. My goal is for them to always order. I look at this two different ways. I think that challenge groups are an amazing way to re-engage customers and get them to reorder. I think it's also a really great place to plug people in who that they have 3 unopened orders sitting in the corner in the closet, right? Like, so I don't require PV when I do a challenge group. Some diamonds, or I'm not a diamond, some leaders do. I don't personally, because I want people to just use what they have. Like, I want them to be a part of the community and get back on it, because it's not doing them any good sitting over there in the corner. It's not. And so I think it's up to you how you frame it to the group that you're talking to, if that makes sense. There is 2 graphics that I made. Like, one has pick your simple system, and I can tell you what I did on it. I put it in the post that I put up, but I did triplex, slim and metaburn, and active lifestyle. Those are really good, just basic combos to start somebody on. And then I made a like how to build your stack, and it's got triplex at the top and then has like 12 products or something on it where you can like help somebody customize or whatever. So hopefully that answers that.
Yeah, I actually don't require a PV ever, and I actually don't want to because I want to be able to message Christy and be like, hey, you know, I know you've ordered every single month, but we haven't really talked about what you have. Like, tell me what you have on stock. Or how many people message you and are like, hey, I need to put a pause on my subscription this month, especially when you're checking with your subscription people today. Like, hey, I see that you pushed out to to August or September. Like, yeah, I just have so much stuff and I haven't used it. And you're like, great. Let's actually get you in this challenge. And I actually want to walk you through, like, tell me exactly how many sticks of Slim do you have? How many sticks of Active? Like, how many pills do you have of each thing? Like, count them. Why haven't you even pulled the top off yet? Great. That means you have 60. Like, you can go ahead and be like, now this is how I want you to use it starting today. And do I have permission to remind you every day from now until when the challenge starts? Does that make sense? If you have someone that has a full reset, you don't want them to go order another reset. You want them to use the reset they have and then have a really great story with it. So, although, yes, we all want more points, we actually want retention better than anything. Like, retention will outweigh adding a new level 1 because you've already done the work for retention. You just have to hold them as a customer. This is a little harder to get a new customer. Okay. 5 more minutes. I'm going to let y'all finish up whatever post you've decided to do and set your reminders. And in 5 minutes, we are going to move on to the next task. If you have questions, unmute or drop them in the chat. Okay. Hopefully y'all set reminders for what you want to do the rest of today and that you have something out in the social media stratosphere, universe, whatever it's called, multiverse, for today. Okay. Intentional messaging. So this is where we're going to follow up and reach out. For a few minutes, we're going to follow up with these groups. So anyone who's ever tried a sample, I don't know if you've done a sample of skincare, if you've done one of your stick samples, whatever. So anyone who's tried a sample, anyone who said maybe later at some point in the month, hopefully you have them written down, even if it's just on a scratch piece of paper. Anyone you have added to a group or invited to a call. So script if you're stuck. Hey, I know the end of the month gets wild, so I just wanted to follow up before the $1 deal or the group spots close. Are you still curious? Any version of that. And then if you feel like you don't have anyone that is kind of on the fence right now, then I want you to just start with the fresh reach out. So you're going to do 5 to 10 messages. And I really, really want to encourage you to do them with your voice and to make them quick and clear, like real short. Hey, not sure if you've seen it, but we have a wellness group starting next month and it's just $1 to jump in. Want me to send you what it includes? So it's $1 for the membership, right? To get into Plexus, but then they get to pick whatever pack they want to jump in with. And you can, build in the cart and all that stuff, but it's really good to just start with a simple question and then build from there. So tell me if you're starting with follow-ups or reach outs. And we're going to do this for about, I was going to say 25 minutes, but we'll do this for, 15. We'll do it for 15 minutes because I think this is really, really important. So start wherever you can. Kay is going to start with follow-ups, which is awesome. Taylor Ann, you might be starting with fresh reach outs. Like there may not be anybody that you've been doing samples with yet. I want to encourage y'all, if you are a sampler person or if you want to figure out how to do samples at the beginning of the month, like the first week of the month. So starting, Friday, maybe you start doing samples for next month. But at the end of the month, I wouldn't encourage samples. I would either just try to fresh reach out or recap from things you've already done this month. So, okay, I'm going to let y'all go. 20 minutes. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the last section. And this is just reigniting past customers. So going through your orders list from last month, and you're gonna message. So you're gonna go into your back office. You're gonna go, actually, I'm gonna walk you through it. You're gonna go into your back office, which let me just get there. Alexis. Um, Log in. Make sure it knows that you are not a robot. Okay. And then you're going to go into your points and rank. So go into that view report and move it to June. And then I would encourage you to change um, the level, go to levels and hit the three dots if you're on your phone, which I am. Hit the three dots, filter by level, and put one in the minimum and one in the maximum. That means they're your actual level ones. And then go look and see who has PV from last month and has not yet ordered this month. So usually your high PV people order every single month because they're like, this is their whole family, this is all their orders. I mean, we have people that are just customers that order $885 in PV or $500 in PV. It's just insane. Um, but then the people that are kind of, at that 100, in the 100s, I would encourage you to just double check and make sure that they have ordered already this month. And if they haven't, then you need to if they've haven't ordered this month, skips this month after a good run, like they've been ordering for a while. Who was I talking to this morning? Oh, I was talking to Jessica Koblenz, and she said she had someone who was pushing back for, a specific reason, or hasn't tried the new flavor. Obviously, nobody has, um, or isn't in the support group yet. And you're just gonna say, "Hey, I noticed you haven't grabbed your order yet this month. Just want to check in. We've got the challenge group going and a new flavor. That's insane, especially if you've already tried it. Starting this week, want the link, and that gives you permission to send them a cart or a link to the group or whatever. So I just want to encourage you to go in, figure out who those people are. If you are Excel savvy, then you can do like an Excel spreadsheet and pull all of your June people and all of your July people and see who matches. But if you are not Excel savvy, I just want to encourage you to get a piece of paper out and write down all of your level ones that ordered in June and put their PV out next to it. And then go into July and do the same thing and just see if they match up. And if they don't, you need to send them a message. Um, I wish we could do it easier, but that's, I think, the easiest way to do it. Um, I do it in the PV report. I don't ever use genealogy, April, just because it's my personal choice. Tina Marie, if you have a better way that's really simple for not Excel users, then please unmute and tell us. But otherwise, I'm going to have everyone just going into your back office and seeing who has not ordered yet this month. I also think it's a good idea, if you want to do this option, is I'll go into my July points and rank up, and I'll go to team points, and I'll actually sort people by team points. So I want to see who has 6 points, 4 points, whatever, because they're going to get paid pay points, right? But they don't have any PV yet, or their PV isn't over 100. And I'm going to go in and message those people as well, because I want to be like, hey, you're not going to get paid on your customers if your PV order hasn't gone through. And a lot of times those people have changed their subscription and did not realize it, or their subscription hasn't run. So to me, that's a really easy way to look at it. Sarah Byers, it says, I'm looking at 0 to 3 points and connecting with them. There you go. So if you have a suggestion for this, please drop it in the chat so everybody can have it, or unmute if you have a really great way of sorting this in back office. Otherwise, I'm going to give y'all about 5 minutes to just start sending messages. You can send 5 of this script voice messaged in 5 minutes. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. And then we're going to all kind of do like a reports and status at the end. So I'm going to give y'all 5 minutes to do this. Okay. So either unmute or drop in the chat. I figure most of y'all will drop in the chat. One thing that you posted about while we were on this call for the last almost an hour, 3 names you're going to follow up with or that you did follow up with. And I would love to hear, again, unmute or drop it in the chat, one win from the hour. Did you get a message or response? Did you do something really brave? Did you get someone say, yes to a sale? Get anyone signed up? Anything like that that happened during this call? I think most of it, if you put the work out there, it kind of takes some time. People are, getting on their lunch breaks or waiting to get off of to get to the pool to respond to you and things like that. So you need to stay really present. I'm going to keep waiting for someone to drop in the chat one of their either thing you posted, 3 names you need that you followed up with, or a win from the hour. But I really want to challenge you to keep being really consistent and showing up. Is anybody else the person that's like, oh, I need to order that filter, or I need to get on Amazon and order that thing I've been meaning to order for my kid, or, the 4,000 things that you have to do before school starts this year. And you just haven't gotten there yet. You just haven't done it. But if it stays on your social media and you keep seeing it, you're like, yes, keep showing. I feel like telling ads and articles sometimes keep showing up, because as soon as I have a second, I'm going to stop and actually get that thing done. And so be that ad, that article, that presence that keeps talking about Plexus and what you have to offer. And then as soon as that person is ready to message you and is like, has the time, then because you're staying so present, they'll be like, oh yes, Christy, I've been meaning to, to ask you this question. I'm finally sitting down and doing it. Okay. I'm gonna run through these. Sarah, okay. April said, posted about the challenge, send a few voice messages to customers who haven't ordered this month. Christy put her 3 people that she followed up with, posted about LTO active and got a new VIP to order. Dude, that's big. She just muted me, so she can't hear me anyways. Posted about Prickly Pear Active, sent 15 voice messages to fresh reach outs. Taylor Ann, I'm so proud of you. When showing up more in my own voice rather than using text. Yes, ma'am. Sally, she followed up with her 3 people, and her win was she invited to the live event for this week. And she said, yes, I'm so excited. Sarah Byers, when my potential loved the samples and wants to hear about skin health products too. I didn't even share with her about that, but she looked at the flipbook catalog, hoping she comes to our event Saturday with corporate. Oh, right. That's right, Sarah. Sarah's in Georgia, and we were trying to figure out how far away we were this last month. Really proud of you for doing that event. I lost where I was. Kay said, posted about the active, working on a post about the $1. Yes, to post later. Great. Make sure you send yourself a reminder. Followed up with a Hope, Heather and Lori. I thought that was like a thing. When is a new VIP I added this week messaged me about getting together when she gets back from vacation. Set a reminder on your phone, like put a date in, and make sure you message her if you know what day she's coming back. Sent 5 follow-up voice messages about the challenge next month. That's awesome. Posted in my stories about the call tonight earlier, and then followed up with your 3, and then did a big scary voice message. Good job, Jen. And then Sarah followed up with her 3 current customers too. And they're excited. Jory's coming. Yes, I'm excited for y'all. Jory is high energy. And so just get really excited about that. Okay, it is 12:59. We are done with this call, but you are not done with your day. I cannot wait to see all of y'all continue to show up in your socials the rest of the day. I want to see your real life. I want to see all the things that make your life yours, and then sprinkle in Plexus along the way. So I can't wait to see what y'all are up to on this Monday, what your kids are up to, what's going on in your garden, what you're cooking for dinner, and then make sure that Plexus is sprinkled in so people see it all. Okay, and the group picture, April already put one in the post on the table, and I'll add another one.
I'm sorry, Andrew. You were the one making you were like.
No, I'm so glad you already did it. I literally saw that you did it. I was like, oh, good. There's at least one already in there. So
maybe we should do another one so everybody's ready.
Well, okay, we'll do one more. In case you don't like the one we did earlier. Wait, now I gotta stop share. Hold on.
Sorry.
Okay, stop share, and we're all smiling, and we're talking, and yay! Ha ha ha! Okay, I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.